Everyone, I am Anna. Welcome to today's message. Today's message is Discipline is Godly Love from Proverbs 19, 20, and 21. Listen to advice and accept discipline. And at the end, you will be counted among the wise. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. A reminder about the importance of accepting discipline and understanding that ultimately God's plans will prevail over any human intentions. Today I'm going to begin with a question for you. How many times in your life have you found yourself making the same mistakes over and over and over again? Well, only you're going to know the answer to this. But we sometimes find ourselves in an endless looping circle of mistakes. And it can make you feel like you're lost. And you might even lose sight of God's plan for you during that time. But I want you to know that this is the nature of humanity, and we are created this way. When it happens, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's disheartening. And it took me some time to understand why sometimes this was happening to me. It was practically driving me crazy. The endless looping, the repeating. And I finally figured out that there is no accident in that. In fact, it's a shared human experience. Encountering mistakes and understanding that these mistakes are not meant to define us, but to refine us is something that I've had to embrace. And I had to come to the realization that these are opportunities to learn and grow, which allow us to align with God's direction and will for us. And it is a discipline to help us recognize where we need to mature in faith and in wisdom. We are to accept and learn from these mistakes and take instruction as part of our journey rather than repeating them in shame. And we are to pray for wisdom to overcome them. Now, truthfully, we all have some kind of pattern in our life. Some of those are beneficial and some are neutral. Some are not good at all. Our morning routines are a good example of a neutral routine. I do the exact same things in the exact same order each weekday. My routine is such a specific pattern that others who have lived with me have literally counted the minutes from the time I closed the bathroom door, had my coffee sitting ready for me when it opened. And there's an ongoing joke in my family about how I am not predictable at all, and about my lack of joyful morning bliss before that much revered cup of coffee. Now, I might resemble that statement a little bit. Though this is a neutral pattern and a way for some people in my life to roast me a little bit, it is truly harmless. But not all patterns are harmless. The Bible tells us to examine ourselves and look for repetitive behavior that will cause struggle. And because this awareness is important for breaking free of our mistakes and getting us back on course through prayer, discipline, wisdom, and direction from God, which ultimately leads us to grow as a person and grow in faith. Now, the hardest part about our repetitive habits is breaking the cycle and freeing ourselves from those bad habits. Well, it's no easy task. It requires conscious effort, and you have to be willing to make the sacrifices needed to grow and break those chains that seem to bind you. And prayer and multiple Bible verses will help you in providing encouragement and guidance. But the main goal should always be to align yourself with God's will for you. And as you make those needed corrections, it does become easier as you move ahead. Now, during this time, it's crucial that you rely on your faith in God and His promises to help you. He can turn your failures into success. And God uses these mistakes and patterns to help mold us into the person that He has chosen for us to be and to get us back on the right path. He wants you to be hopeful, filled with joy, and not burdened by breakable, repeated mistakes. Now, the blunt truth of all this is that change is uncomfortable. Nobody really wants to face the pain and struggle that comes with it. But when God disciplines us to refine us, He is leading us away from those places. He is asking us to embrace new life, and He is calling us into a new mission and an incredible journey. And He wants us to rise above the mistakes and bad patterns. We just need to trust Him and take good direction from the Holy Spirit. And when we choose to transform and break that cycle, we grow and enjoy and have a much happier earthly life. So today's message is this. Every single day is a new opportunity to make things right with God, others, and yourself. And you are not alone as you struggle to break these patterns and make good on your mistakes and your poor habits. You are loved no matter what has happened in the past. And God doesn't care how many times you've stumbled, just that you've chosen to get back up and try again. So hold on to this truth. The best friend you will ever have is Christ. God didn't fill your heart with love and your body with spirit to allow you to be timid. He gives you power, love, and self-discipline so that you're strong. He gives you perseverance, character, and hope in your suffering. And His plans are always to prosper us, and that includes discipline. And truly, in the end, you can allow your stubborn heart to keep you in endless looping, but you are given the choice to allow your habits to overtake your life and be miserable, or to choose to live a more joyful life. But I ask you, why would you choose to let your bad habits overtake your life when you have a living and loving God that will help you to carry that burden? In the end, my friends, God always prevails, and God works for the good of those who love Him. So stop deceiving yourself and ditch what does not serve you or God's highest purpose. I can promise you one thing for sure. God's purpose for you is much better than whatever it is that you are doing. His repeated lessons, they are lessons in love. Embrace the process and trust in faith that your best outcome is one sensible and clear decision away. It is as simple as trusting the unconditional love and faith of Christ. My friends, love is the answer. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. And thank you for your donations to My Divine Mission and for helping me to keep my messages alive. I will see you next time.